guys, it's Jessica with Southern Sparrow. Let's get really fast at picking our hand on the 2025 card. Are you ready? We have our bag of tiles. Today we're playing with our country club set. That's our golf themed ones. I'm just going to mix my hands around in this tile bag and we're gonna pick out 13 tiles. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 13. All right, so you know your girl's long-winded. I'm gonna try and do this real fast. I'm just putting all of my drawn tiles on my rack in order of suit and then in number order within each suit. Oh, wow. I don't hate what we've gotten here. We've been a little bit lucky on this first draw. Okay, let me show you what we got. So here's what we have. We have 3 jokers. Yes, please. We have 3 flowers. That is very helpful on this 2025 card. There are lots more hands on this card that need flowers than on previous years. We have a 5 crack, we have a 5 bam, we have a 6 bam, we have a 1 dot, and we have a north, an east, and a south. Okay, so when you're picking a hand, we're gonna pick a section. I love that we have flowers and jokers. Sometimes with this many flowers and jokers, it can make it a little bit difficult to choose an actual section and choose an actual hand because nothing's popping out at me when I have 6 things that I know I want to keep that could go to so many different hands. But what do I see? I see I have 5s in each suit, and I see I have a 1. I also see that I have these norths and souths. There's a hand on this winds and dragons section that is north and south with like odd numbers, so we could utilize those 5s, but that hand doesn't need any flowers, and we have so many flowers, I hate to waste them. So let's look for something that does need flowers. Now, you always need flowers in any like numbers. We have a couple of like 5s, we have some jokers to play with. Maybe we'll go towards any like numbers. That's the section that's jumping out at me the most. Possible pivot section would be these odds because I have this 1. We're going to pass our wins first. First Charleston pass. Passing wins. I'm then reaching back into my bag here and I'm just grabbing 3 more random tiles. This is how you get fast at it, guys. This is how you get really good at picking your hand, picking your section. Okay, we got a 9 crack, a 3 bam, and an 8 bam. Well, let's get rid of these 3. The 6 bam, the 8 bam, and the 9 crack. We're gonna get rid of those. We're gonna hold on to this just in case we decide to pivot to odds, but I'm still feeling like it's maybe gonna be any like numbers for us. Let's do another Charleston pass. So I've passed 3 more, I'm grabbing 3 more out of my bag. Again, trying to go fast for y'all. Okay, we now have a pair of the 1s. We have a south to go with the wins we've already passed, and we have a 2 bam. Well, I'm not loving any of that. Again, sometimes having lots of flowers and jokers can make it harder to choose. I'm still gonna stick with the section that we picked. I like that we have 5s. I'm gonna hang on to this pair of 1s and see if we can make anything happen with it. Gonna pass these 3 next, grab 3 more, and see what we see. Let's see. Another flower, a 6 dot, and an 8 bam. Well, we just passed that 8 bam, but I'm definitely gonna hang on to this flower. Gosh, y'all. maybe we need to come up and do something else. What else can we do? We need all 4 flowers. Well, you know where else you need all 4 flowers? It's down in this middle line of any like numbers. I think that might be where we live. We definitely want to get rid of this. And now the choice that we have to make is, are we keeping these 5s? We don't have more than 1 in each suit. Or are we keeping the pair of 1s? Well, if we're looking at this any like number in the middle line that needs all 4 of those flowers that we have, right? It needs 2 pairs. And you have to have the pairs for that. Even though it requires all 4 of them, you need both pairs. So I think I might hang on to these 1s and maybe be done with my 5s. Ooh, I don't know. That makes me a little bit nervous. See, y'all, I'm telling you, sometimes these jokers, they get in the way. I don't know. Okay, no. You know what? You know what's speaking to me? The 5s are speaking to me. We're gonna get rid of this. We're gonna grab 3 more. We're gonna see what we get. All right, we got a 9 dot. We got a 6 dot. We got a 5 dot. Okay, we're keeping the 5s. We're getting rid of these 3. So now let's see, how many passes have we done? We've done 1. So we've gone right, over, left, left. Here's our second over. I'm gonna grab 3 more, see what we see. All right, we have a green dragon, we have a 4 dot, we have a 7 dot. We don't want any of that. So right over left, left over right. This is our last pass. Let's hope we get some 5s, guys. 3 crack, 7 bam. No one would pass you a joker. It's illegal in the National Mahjong League rules, so I'm gonna get rid of that, reach back into my bag, see what I get. I've got a 9 crack. Okay, so this is our final hand at the end of the Charleston, and we can do our courtesy pass. We're gonna pretend that the person who we're playing with is fine doing all 3. So we have one last chance to get 3 tiles. Let's see what we got. 9 bam, 1 crack, 3 crack. Here's our final hand coming out of all of our chances to change tiles. I'm still thinking that we're doing this any like number with the 5s. We're gonna use our jokers pretty heavily in with these 5s because we did not get lucky in getting more of them during the Charleston. But we have 4 flowers, which I love, and we have 5s in every suit, which does make it easier to then branch out from there. We're gonna start to see those things come out. I feel confident in this being our section. Our hand will either be this middle one here, or if we start to gather dragons, maybe we'll jump down to the bottom line. But remember that bottom line is a concealed hand, meaning you cannot call and expose tiles throughout the game if you're playing concealed. So this is our final line for that hand. Happy Mahjong, y'all.